British DJs, an American voiceover. It's the Harley and Josh Show.
Once again, we ruined a beautiful ending to a song.
It was just cut off. It wasn't me.
Like,
it wasn't.
Every week. Hi, Harley.
Hi, Josh. How are you?
I'm all right, mate. Yeah, I'm here. I'm alive.
Okay,
are you alive?
I am alive. I've just been posting a picture on
the
Facebook page of us doing a who could get the most chins competition. And I think generally Facebook won and not us.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I don't know. Yours is better covered by beard.
Yeah, that's it. I think that's a good way to hide.
Yeah,
to hide an extra chin is to get a beard.
Chins in a pig.
More, yeah.
Well, Josh Carr from Hot Tramp did this the other day.
Right.
He posted up a picture of him, like, look how much weight I've lost. But his
In
comparison
10
photo
minutes.
was him just like, with his chins out. I was like, pig.
If you know Josh and don't have him on Facebook, find him on Facebook and add him because it's just it's entertaining.
Yeah. There was like one that he posted up like a little while back from when he'd come home from a gig or from going out, one of the two, and he was just absolutely wasted. And he was just like, I tried to make a burger in the oven, but it's on fire. It's just, look, it's like 2 a.m. and he's just like, I'm gonna eat it anyway. Yummy. It just didn't make any sense. Good man.
Speaking of fire, I learned something out very interesting on the way here.
Don't touch it.
Even better.
Right.
What are they called? Koala bears, right?
They don't burn really good, do they?
They eat eucalyptus oil, or they eat eucalyptus, and then it goes in their hair. And then they're going to Australia. Well, they are in Australia.
They don't just get vacation there.
They migrate to Australia from Kuala Lumpur. Yep.
He made it.
Yeah,
right.
made it work. But where they have forest fires, they just explode.
Oh, that's the most horrific thing I've ever heard in my life.
It is, but it's quite funny at the same time.
You sadistic, heartless, soulless man.
Also found out that there's a fish in America.
Don't explode that one, too.
No, they might more like candles. There's so much fat that you just light one end and they burn their way down.
Oh, wait, what were you researching when you found this stuff out?
Well, one was on...
You're looking for the alternative fuels for your van?
Podcasting.
Koalas.
Yes.
Just shove them in the fuel tank.
I want a van that's purely powered by koalas.
Endangered animals. I'm sure that both of those animals can only be endangered because they have that problem with their biology. Anyway, Harley, what have you been doing last week?
Burning koalas.
Oh, God. That took a whole week, huh?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, the cleanup is not fun. Yeah, oh, yeah. No,
Sure, you just need a dustpan and brush.
You just sweep them up, mate. Yeah. Hoover.
Oh, no.
You need one of those handheld hoovers to do the walls. Get the soot off the ceiling.
I'm going to cry myself to sleep tonight.
I'm going to find a video of one exploding and send it to you before you go to bed.
No, it's bad enough. Please, yeah. What? No, okay. Don't say killing fish after this.
No. I've had a fairly non-murderous week actually.
Oh, fairly.
Okay. I don't even know what I did during the week. It was fairly standard.
We were rocking.
We were rocking in a projectile. No.
No, we weren't shooting rocket people.
Firing rocks. No.
Yeah.
We were doing the rock project. Were you there with just the Thursday?
I was there Wednesday and Thursday because Wednesday I have the junior sessions at Coppleston.
Of course, that's the one that I don't do.
Yeah, so I have Thursday in the because Gav does from Impedo does that one, and then so I've got Thursday the homeschool ones and
which is going really well, isn't it?
It really is.
It's really nice. Like so for those who don't know, we do the Rock Project, which is sort of runs after school for kids outside of their school curriculum.
Yeah. Extracurricular
activities. But we also do one during the day on a Thursday for kids who are homeschooled, and there's a really big community of homeschooled children
in Woodbridge,
in Suffolk and around those areas.
It's getting them out of their shells.
It's really good.
It must be quite strange. I obviously I do not know what it's like being homeschooled. We were both at Orwell High School.
Yeah.
And which primary school did you go to? Austin?
I went to Lovelace Primary School in
Lovelace.
Surrey.
Oh, yours.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yours.
Oh.
Well, there we go. It's so we both don't understand what it's like to be homeschooled.
No.
So I don't know. I kind of assumed some more of those kids would be quite in their shell, if that makes sense. Like they'd be a
Yeah.
little bit guarded. But no, I was wrong.
Very wrong.
They've done very, very well, and just especially making friends and just
I mean,
not being weird.
we on the first week we
Well, my students are
had a mother in tears, but in a good way.
okay
In a good way.
She sounds awful.
Her daughter, who is homeschooled, she suffers. Oh, she is autistic. I don't really know if "suffers" is the right term
Right, yeah,
because
okay,
I
you can
don't
make
think
it work.
Yeah, and
make it work.
and this girl really does make it work. However, she's not a big fan of loud noises.
Oh yeah, I remember this.
Very sensitive. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we kind of they did the singing.
Brought her into the room gradually.
Yeah,
and then last week
she was making the most noise of all of them.
she was on the drums.
Yeah,
She was good.
her timekeeping was really
Yeah,
good.
she was
It was really. And,
Yeah,
I mean,
she was one of the best drummers.
and we got some very happy messages from very grateful parents and who were very, very into that kind of what we kind of provided.
Yeah,
Which is just incredible, and it's great that there is that that gratification not only from the children but from the parents, and there is some support from every direction.
yeah.
And it's just wonderful, isn't it?
Yeah, well, that's just the kind of things that music brings to us, isn't it? It's especially when you've got a load of kids that may never have met before. Like some of these kids. There are two of the kids in my workshop are already friends, but then I see them not just talking to each other.
Yeah.
They'll go off and they will talk to the bass players, they'll talk to the drummers, and they'll just be playing around with them. I think it's just that's one thing we miss as kids. Sometimes is just. A lot of the time when you're a kid, you don't really have that fear of talking to people, do you?
No.
You're just like, off you go. You're just like, that random person, they look interesting. Hello.
I had a habit of talking to random strangers when I was younger. That was me. I had,
How many times did you get abducted, Harley? Are
I-
those your real parents?
Oh, that's a question.
I
That
know. I always had you down as a Harley Potter type. They just dropped you off. Like some stranger went, I can't look after this kid. Just give it off to this person.
I also had a tendency just to walk down the road and daydream, which may put me in contact with some very high level celebrities at the time as well.
High level crazy street shouters,
Without it must have been 3 or 4. Without even looking, just the guy came out of a wine shop and I went straight into him and sorry, no worries, God bless you, child, Cliff Richard.
No way.
Yeah, he only lived down the road. Not down. He lived
In Surrey.
The next, we were in Chessington, which was a
Theme park.
theme park with some houses round it.
Okay.
And a Lovelace Primary School.
And Cliff Richard theme
But
park.
the next sort of town along, or kind of, there was a whole estate where there was a lot of sort of very well-off people.
Yes.
Jimmy White was lived there, and I bumped into him one day.
Right.
Cliff Richard, obviously.
Obviously.
Apparently the ginger one from Girls Aloud moved there.
Brilliant.
I don't know her name.
And you bumped into her as well.
She's-
You just go around and go, excuse me,
yeah. She's my favourite one, I think.
because you just walked straight into
Just
her.
because,
But
no, I just, now I'm a bit older, I just rugby tackle them with full intentions. And
want to be a friend?
who am I?
Who am I?
Scrubs.
Yeah, there we go.
Anyway,
Amazing. So you had a rock project. How about over the weekend? Did you have some gigs?
I did do a gig. Yes, I was playing with Oddball and Shifty Twins that we mentioned last week, which was great. However, I now have a this week will be dedicated to hating on drummers.
Why?
Because we got there, Dan was already set up and everything.
What a pro.
But Raina turned up also, and those two just immediately ganged up on me and was picking on me for the whole evening. So
that's right. That's a bass player thing. Everybody picks on Murray as well.
Yeah,
including myself.
Maybe it's,
I pick on you as well.
You do pick on me, yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe it shouldn't be. No, I'm going to say drummers just because it's fun to just pick on Dan and Raina.
It's fun to hate less than everybody.
Yeah.
If you just hated every single musician there was, then
Going back,
lonely existence.
slightly going back to Rock Project. I will talk about the gig in a bit. But
Yes.
Dan and Raina were talking about Rock Project because Dan covered for Raina a couple of weeks ago,
Right.
and
Nice.
They
Yeah,
were
that was
just
really fun. That.
discussing how Dan really enjoyed it and how much fun it was, but also one of his music students from Kesgrove High School is also at the Rock Project, And he was saying it was really weird for her because she was like, do I call you Mr. Dolman or Dan or what? I don't want to say sir because, I'm not in school uniform.
Yeah.
And so that was quite, they were discussing the hilarity of that, of how it was a bit sort of strange environment when you see a teacher outside of school.
Yeah, I guess that in itself is quite a good lesson, isn't it? Because I out of school, I barely ever saw teachers.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not like a criticism on teachers. It's just a fact of you just don't move in the same circles.
No.
At all, as a 50-year-old man when you were 16 or whatever. So...
Do you see many teachers nowadays?
Yeah, well, Bob Meadows.
Yes,
I went on Phillystowe Radio with him, and he comes down to my shows sometimes, and that was it's nice to run into him.
He's someone.
Joe Dyer, you remember Dyer?
I haven't seen her for
she's doing well. Yeah, lovely to see her. Yeah, again, it's weird. I see Mr. Dixon. I'm not sure if you ever you didn't go to Trimley St. Mary, did you?
No.
Well, he had the bushiest eyebrows ever. It's just so I always see him. I was like, bushy eyebrows, man. But he was great.
I don't know if you remember Mr. Donnelly.
No.
He must have joined when you left, I think.
Well, okay.
But he still works at not Orwell High School.
Phillystowe
Academy.
X-Men Academy.
Because, but he's quite, he smokes, but he's a very conscientious smoker. He won't go outside the gates and smoke outside the gates. He will cycle down the road, across the road, into another road, and have a smoke under the bridge because...
Well, at least he's got some exercise.
Well, there's that. He cycles everywhere. But it's also the fact that he is very conscious not to influence the kids negatively.
Yeah.
I was like, that's very responsible
of him. You won't smell of it as much when you come back as well because you had it blasted
breezed
out.
It off.
Yeah, breezed it off.
But whatever the weather, every lunchtime.
Yeah, nice. Well, talk about Oddball, please.
Let's talk about music because I guess that's what this is all about.
Oddball.
Well, thank you.
I meant the game on Halo 2, but I mean, it's fine. The band's great.
Anyway, I'm a little bit offended, but that's fine.
I hope to.
Yeah, that's cool. We were playing at the Kingfisher in Ipswich.
Oh, great! Yeah,
it was a quiet night, which I'd expected it to be on that evening, just because there was loads of bands playing in town.
Yeah. But the band music week.
Yes, lots of bands. As well as it being the week after payday as well.
Yeah.
So there was that, but the people who were there were really appreciative and enjoyed it. There was Rainer there with his girlfriend Jamie, with David, and they're all there appreciating it.
Nice.
And
it sounds like they were just sort of like ticking off bits of notes. Yes, I'm appreciating this event tonight.
I did want to
talk to me.
I did want to make a joke to Dave because just before we started the set,
Mr. Brown.
Yes, I was like, he's like, oh, I'm sound checked. I was like, oh. Gave my tablet to David, and he was like, what? I was like, just unlock it. Unlocked it, and the mixer was there.
He's like,
and
oh.
So the first few songs he was there, and a couple of guys were looking over his shoulder, going, what the hell was he doing? And he was mixing the gig, and they were fascinated by it.
Brilliant.
But he did.
He's like, oh, I'm not here to work.
Yeah, but I made him anyway. So
you horrible man.
I know he's listening. So yeah.
Right.
Hi, David. Thanks for doing that.
Yeah, good old me.
So yeah, that was quite cool. But afterwards, we were saying we've done gigs before where it had been dead, and those gigs really highlight what you need to improve.
Definitely.
When you're playing to no one, you could play a bad song with a crowd that are into it, and you'll gloss over those misses and those misfires or whatever.
Misses.
But with this gig, we were playing to no one, but apart from a few tiny little fluff ups, but no full band fluff ups.
Nice.
If I went,
I suppose you're focusing on your playing rather than being like a full-on performance. Kicking your legs in the air and
I'm still doing that,
and lifting up your skirt. Oh, good.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, good.
Yeah. So usually when you're playing like a quiet gig, it highlights all your problems and everything, and you go away going, "Oh, we've got work to do." This was a rare occasion that we did the gig and we came out going, "Well, we played really well. It was just not the crowd for us that night." There were people by the bar and they were really enjoying it, but good. Wasn't the crowd for us. But yeah, so that was my Saturday evening.
Yeah.
Me and Oliver then went to McDonald's and bumped into every single musician in Suffolk.
That's what McDonald's is for, isn't it?
Yeah.
just a music Donald's.
Music, yeah. MC Donald's.
Yeah.
There we go. Speaking of MC, we did bump into Angel, fellow IO Radio
Music
extraordinaire.
Extraordinaire.
Yeah. We bumped into, I don't know if you know a keys player called Rich Webb.
No. Really?
Yeah.
Was Rich there?
Yeah, he'd gone there after your gig, and
No
you
way.
said he left you DJing.
Yeah, I was DJing up until close of the gig, but yeah, I'll talk about that.
Yeah, no, then, but I bumped into him, and he said, he'd been doing this gig, which you will talk about, so I won't give any more details. Can't remember what you were saying anyway.
It's
well,
fine.
we didn't go into detail.
He listens every week.
We were discussing how McDonald's is the healthiest option past 1 a.m.
Yep.
And I can't remember the name of the guy, but a trumpet player that I met at the Old Jet party,
All right.
a Christmas party over Christmas, who played with Jesse from Old Jet.
Yep.
He'd gone in there, I'm assuming after a gig.
Right, yeah.
And yeah, so there was just like loads of musicians around, and
You walked in there, you're like, I'm supposed to be the one with the interesting stories here.
yeah. I was offended. No, it was really cool because they were saying how Angel been to see Motherfunker and said how much of a great gig they had at Coppers. It's actually Coppers. I asked Coppers.
It's Copers.
It's Copas.
Ugh.
It's Latin. There you go.
Silly.
So shut up. Yeah. Apparently, I've got meaner since coming back from holiday. So yeah. That was my weekend, apart from making loads of backing tracks for a rock project, which I'm sure we'll talk about more over the future. But there are backing tracks for songs available at the Rock Project Ipswich YouTube channel.
Yeah, and the group chat as well, which would be nice. You were also doing stuff for Chart Attack, because I believe you've got something going on Friday.
Yes, we are playing at the Grand Old Duke of York on Friday. We've got some new tracks that we're adding backing tracks into as we speak. We've also been working on a way to have... It doesn't really matter to anyone but me, but we've set up the delays so they're in time with every song that we do.
Oh, cool.
So then the vocals have a delay that is timed with
So you're talking about echo, not delay speakers in the room.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Yeah.
Yeah. So and that was really cool because it means it will just bring the performance that next level up as well. So I'm looking forward to testing that out.
Cool, man. Nice one. Well, that concludes that section of Harley's Adventures. Bing!
There's a button
But I
there.
know, I like my jingle now.
Okay, your jingle now.
myjinglenow.com. So, yeah, my week was very interesting, Harley. It was very interesting because I got to speak to lots of cool people, Rainer Vandel included.
Oh, yeah.
Because we had an acoustic session on Rainer Vandel's YouTube channel. Everybody can check that out. Literally just go to YouTube and search Rainer, Rayna, and he will be the first thing that pops up. And he's basically done a big interview and live session around our house just to help us plug the Kickstarter, because the Kickstarter, we've got 5 days left on it.
Right.
5 days left, and we have only 50% of the money needed.
Okay.
50% needed. Thank you for donating. I did see on the back of the report that you have donated. Thank you so much.
I did, and then I shared it, and then I realised I did it at like 2 a.m, so I shared it to most people who were sleeping.
That's fine.
So I will do a post
That's
out
right.
today.
It's subliminal.
Oh, yeah.
Subliminal. While they're sleeping, they're like, I
People who
should
read Feast Pack
donate
whilst they're
to
sleeping.
Kickstarter.
Maybe you should try hypnosis.
Yeah, I really should. I think I'm just going to do
hypno-
like a Batman Gotham style thing. I'll find the tallest place in the whole of Ipswich and be like, you are feeling very sleepy, and now you want to give me your money so I can pay musicians, please.
I thought you were going to say you were going to just put a big torch that just said Lockabilis. Yeah. Or just your face in a silhouette.
But I'd buy a really bad torch and I'd just be shining just a mag light at the sky. Can you see it? Can you see the thing? No? Oh, failed again. No. But yeah, so I'm frantically just trying to get some more promo out about the album and just hoping to heck that we can make the money by Saturday. Otherwise, I'm not able to pay all my musicians on time, and I will probably be ending up paying all of them out of my own pocket and being skint for the next couple months / years. So yeah, if anybody feels like they want to help us, just retweeting, sharing, liking and subscribing to YouTube channels, and also donating money and pre-ordering the album before we get it out. Should be out by the end of February. We would be eternally grateful. That'd be fantastic. We got to record Giles King last week.
Yeah.
Some harmonica on there. He's also on the Hot Tramp album. We've played some tracks that he played on How Much Can You Eat. He was on that. But yeah, he was upstairs in Murray's room just with his big harmonica amp.
Yeah.
And just staring out of the window, playing harmonica to the fields. But there's a
Nice.
road outside ours, where I'm living.
Oh,
and
right,
there's
yeah.
people drive past there. I'm just imagining them just looking up at the window and just seeing this man just going out the window at them. That'd be quite terrifying. But yeah, like some of the songs that he's performed on, I didn't know needed harmonica, but they needed
did.
harmonica.
Oh, wow. That's cool.
Yeah, there's some surprises in this album.
So
there really is.
did he record on all the songs he came to record on, or did he kind of add bits to songs that you didn't expect him to?
I kind of only brought him in for one song,
Yeah.
and then he recorded onto another one,
Nice.
and then maybe another one, and so we just sort of got lots of different things to work with. Like we can add them in if we want to.
You can take them out later.
But yeah, exactly right. So so that was fantastic. We've got 4 songs recorded on vocals yesterday. So I did the first 4 tracks of the album, I believe. I think they were pretty much. Yeah, we're doing it sort of sequentially. So the track, like by the track listing sort of thing. So you can hear my voice getting progressively worse by the end of it. But yeah, so that was loads of fun. There's a video of that. Of the process, if anybody's interested in looking how the album's being made, you can find all the details on lockabillys.com and our Twitter account and our Instagram account. I'm putting up everything on there just so people can get an idea of what it's like. And I also met up with a very good friend of mine, Mr. Christos Mialis. I'm not sure if you remember Christos.
Do I remember him?
Yeah, I know. He's a lovely, lovely bloke. He did our album cover for the EP last time, and I think we should just basically keep it going and keep it sort of like there's a theme going on, and it's this album as well.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking I'm a bit worried about my van because it's getting to the point now where I've probably got to get something that's slightly more economic. So I wanted to immortalize the van.
Are you going to share about Thursday?
No.
Okay. We won't.
But we will just say that Harley saved my buttocks on last Thursday because I had a problem with the van. Anyway, so I'm thinking about immortalising the van on
Like
the album
embalming it.
cover.
Okay.
No, I'm not going to embalm it. I don't think that'd do much. I'd just throw a bunch of fluid at it and it would just gel all over it.
Do a Damien Hirst thing of put it in embalming fluid and chop it in
just
half.
dissect it, yeah. So I could see all the insides.
I would
and
love to see that.
all the McDonald's wrappers still in there.
Yeah,
The only place to eat after 1 a.m. Other fast food restaurants are available.
But not after 1 a.m.
Not after. No, perfect kebab, mate. Sorted.
Good chat.
Yeah, good shout. But yeah, no. So I'm thinking, but we're thinking about doing a photo mosaic of the van. So doing a big picture of the van. I'm thinking down Felixstowe seafront. So you've got some of the fantastic lights.
So you've got a nice backdrop.
Yeah, and also either get it of the sea or get it with all the lights that twinkle along the beach
Okay,
that you can see. There's like mini Vegas down there at points. So I think about doing that, but then making the picture consist of thousands of pictures of us over the past 3 years. So including posters, pictures of the crowd, people that have been recording with this, the gear we use, pictures of the van, just like all, accumulated to make this picture of the van, and just, sort of as a bit of a snapshot into the band over the past couple of years, and see if people enjoy that anyway.
I'd love to see that in a big like A2 form as well.
Yeah.
That'd be nice.
You could actually pinpoint some of the pictures.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I think that would be quite fun. And there are websites that you can do photo mosaics super easy. You can literally just upload stuff and it does it. But Christos was like, "No, I'm getting into this. I'm gonna go in there and properly figure out placement of all these pictures and stuff like this." And then
He's got a real
eye,
and passion
real eye
for
fake one.
doing things in a. He has a goal and he goes for it. Like when he did. Maybe before Lockabillys was fully a thing, when it was kind of a Johnny Cash tribute, and the pictures of you all cashed up, and they were just looked incredible, and they were really cool, and they were really,
they were sort of bashed about.
Yeah, they were very true. They seemed very natural. They didn't have that synthetic look that's so easily.
You get from Photoshop and things. Yeah, definitely. So I mean, it was kind of weird for me to relinquish artistic duties to someone else, as you may know that, or you know, but people listening may know. I do all the artwork for the band, all the website, and all the sort of the detailing of how everything looks. So relinquishing an album cover to someone, I think it's quite a cathartic thing for me. It's just like you can't control everything. Just let somebody else do it.
Yeah, I find it. I'm a similar sort of thing. Not so much. I find it hard. I'm happy to give responsibilities and job roles to other people, but I find it hard to ask them to do it. Which has been a detriment to maybe some of the chart attack stuff not be taking longer than it should have done, because I was doing the video edit, and the people and sort of it took Tubbs a while to go, do you want me to do all the mixes for the backing tracks and stuff like that?
Just let it go, man. Yeah.
Which is fine, and then his life changed completely when he decided, or him and his girlfriend decided they were going to have a baby.
Well, there we go.
Which has slowed things down slowly, because
you see, that's the difficult thing, is like knowing when to let go of something, and just when you know how to do something doesn't mean that you should always be the one doing it. But yeah. Anyway, I digress. It's been an absolute joy recording this album so far. I've finished doing all my guitar parts now. Thanks to West End Music fixing my Strat. By West End Music I mean Harley Cotton, because it was making a horrible buzzing noise, which you shielded it, so it was much better now. So that's all done. It's literally just got my vocals to do and maybe some janglies. So yeah, if anybody is interested in checking out what we've been doing, I'm going to play you a track now, if you don't mind, which is our demo for the album, which you can find on SoundCloud. You can download it for free. We've now just finished mastering and everything for the actual song, this one, for the album, and boy does it sound a lot better. But anyway, just to get a frame of reference, ladies and gentlemen, I Don't Care from That was I Don't Care by myself and the Lockabillys. I was just saying to Harley that sounds, by comparison now, just a million miles behind what is going to be released at the end of this month. It's ridiculous.
Do you have a release date for it?
We're thinking last weekend of February.
That's cool.
We've got to sort out a gig, so watch this space.
Yeah. I want to be there.
Yeah, it will be fun, man. I'm going to try and get as many people who are involved with recording it to be there on stage with us. So yeah.
Will you maybe? I guess. I mean, because you obviously with the Kickstarter, you can pre-order the album, which is what I did. I paid the
£17. I think it was
£17, which is pledging towards the album, but then I get a copy of the album.
Yeah. Plus, it's just like there's like £2 for postage. And that's like it. Sort of thing. So yeah,
I would rather come to your gig and take it off your hand straight away, rather than having you ship it to me, because I mean I see you often enough. Anyway.
Yeah, exactly. But like, where's my album, man? I'm like, I'm sorry, I gave it to a random man wearing red, and he said he was a postman, but I think he might have been a fireman. Oh no, I'm not very good at this.
I don't
think firemen even wear red. I'm being stupid, aren't I? Being sensitive to the fire, like killing fire whilst dressed like fire. It's like, why do you hate me? I am your own kind. Then you're like, excuse me, man with a hose, you deliver stuff, don't you? Take this CD.
Yeah, take this. Sorry, I can't go. I've got to run to Colchester Zoo. Why? Koala bear's exploded.
Well, you'll have some great music to play to him.
To the what's left of him.
To the ashes of a koala bear. Look, it seems to be coming back to life. No, that's a gust of wind. Oh, it's gone. He's gone. Oh, koala bear, we miss you so. Right, what gigs you got coming up this weekend? Then,
quality joke.
Quality. Love it, boy.
So, as we've already mentioned, this Friday I am playing with Chart Attack at the Grand Old Duke of York.
York.
That's the one on Woodbridge Road, as we discussed the other day, because I didn't realise there were two of them.
Very nice.
And I'm really looking forward to that. We've got some new songs we've added. Just more of us. There were some songs that we were doing that didn't have backing tracks previously, which were fine, but we always felt that they just sound a little bit not as polished as the other. So we've added backing tracks to them.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to bringing those back onto the stage with full sound. It's gonna be a real good one.
Sweet.
Then this Saturday, I'm rather looking forward to playing with Colourblind Hedgehogs.
Oh, cool.
So,
have you played with them before?
No.
Oh, mad. That would be cool.
So it'll be cool. I've got to run off to Rock Project early today to go through some of the original stuff with Rob Lewis.
Oh, of course. Oh, is he singing for us? Of course he is. Yeah.
Yeah. So because it's the original, they've got some original songs on there. He basically sent me a whole list of songs. I went, which one of these do you know? So I sent it back a whole pile of songs that I played before. And went, yeah, I know that one well enough. Or we can't not do that because it's a classic Colourblind Hedgehog songs. It shouldn't be too hard. I think there's like 3 or 4 songs that I didn't know otherwise, which I can get the hang of. So they'll be nice and fun and sort of easy to sort of grab. But I'm just really looking forward to playing because they always get a good crowd, they always get a good following, and it's always a nice sort of powerful gig. So and it's always good fun playing with Rob. He's very, very easy to work with. So
that's always good.
I'm looking forward to that.
When you've got singers that aren't divas.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, it's nice when singers are divas, but in like, a performance diva way, in a Tina Turner way rather than a Spinal Tap way.
Off the stage. Now, why is the bread just like square and the ham's round?
That's not good enough.
Yeah, that's just well, what's this? Who's under here? Nobody. Stupid. Yeah, cool.
That's my gigs for this weekend.
That's your gigs for this weekend. Have you got any friends? Got any gigs?
Have I got any friends? No, I don't.
I know. I'm your friend, Harley, forever.
Okay.
You don't want that. You're like, no, please. Just until this radio show hits the can, then you can go.
Yeah, no,
you can explode.
As soon as the faders go down, I will not even bid you farewell, sir.
Look me in the eye,
I will just leave and shut the door behind me, leaving you to open it yourself.
In my face.
Yeah, I'll slam it in your face.
My nose.
In your many chins.
Every week I have
Wait,
to
don't even
reset
share that
my
picture.
nose.
No, I did share that picture. Cool.
Nice. So yeah, okay. Well, I've got some things to talk about this week. We have Strange Hymns album launch here at the Smokehouse this Thursday from 7:30 in Ipswich. We've also got a Pink Shed with Polly Haynes and Tom. They will be putting on Lawrence and Crow, Roisin O'Hagan and Leanne Kay this Thursday, 8th of February at the Purple Dog.
Roisin's really good.
I've not seen it play.
I've been
Roisin O'Hagan.
I one of those people that I've seen playing with other people that I'm friends with or that I follow, and I think she's Chelmsford based, so it doesn't come this way so much, but very good.
Yeah, that's good. Well, there we go. If you want to check her out, she's at Colchester this Thursday.
Maybe we should play some of her music next week.
There we go. We have a plan. So also this Friday we have the local hip hop live 4. As we've plugged the last ones as well with Indigo Frequency and Rice Abbey. It's the Nah launch party from I Don't Lie, Flex.
No way.
No way. Yeah, his new album is out now. We've just listened to it today. There's some really great beats on there. Some nice lyrics as well. Just some of those kind of contemporary speaking to you kind of lyrics where you're sitting there listening to it going, oh yeah. That's kind of similar to my experience. So, if you want to check that out, that's live. It's live on iTunes and Google Play and Spotify and all that sort of stuff already. But he'll be performing all the tracks from it this Friday. That's at the Grinning Rat, by the way.
Nice.
We've also got Hurricane Wolves, Banco, and Leon O'Leary. Remember Leon O'Leary?
Yep.
Young lad, fantastic player, great singer, great songwriter. He will be playing at the Smokehouse this Saturday, 8:30. The Smokehouse have had a crazy good couple of weeks, haven't they? I was just talking to Joe Bailey about it.
Yeah.
I tweeted out about them today because Ipswich Star did an article on Independent Music Venue Week, which was last week. We were talking about it. And there's so much... There was so much going on. It's ridiculous. But I could only make it out to Cult on Thursday to see. It was Thursday. Sorry, to see Tim Ainsley and the Vibes.
Oh yes, yeah.
Diego. I can't remember the drummer's name.
Greg.
Go. Nice guy, great player. But that was going out live on ICR. That was great. I'm not sure if you're still able to listen to that, but check ICRFM.
I think they often chuck it on a Mixcloud, so you might be able to find it on Mixcloud.
Yeah, so if you know Webby, then he'll be putting that up. I got to go on Webby's show last Thursday as well, which was very nice.
Nice.
That was fun. So I was wrong. It was Wednesday. Wednesday night was the gig. Thursday morning. It was funny because I was helping Webby pack down Wednesday night. We got finished by about 12. And he was, right, show's on at 7 a.m. tomorrow. I was like, okay, I'll see you there. So I got there for like 7:30, just like talking and singing live. That was really fun, actually. It was really fun.
Did you have that early voice of being able to hit low notes?
Yeah, exactly. I just stayed with the Johnny Cash style numbers.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've heard strange hymns.
Interesting.
What's going on?
I've just seen Rena and Rome. They're
in Camden, aren't
they're
they?
getting out. They're getting out, playing Dublin Castle in Camden.
That's pretty cool.
Which is
I always remember Dublin Castle as that place that the In-Betweeners filmed.
oh yeah.
Yeah, where they had that gig where they had weed.
Oh, I don't know.
It was funny.
I'm not a fan of In-Betweeners
was
for
very
no
funny.
reason. So yeah, that was a looking forward to that. And it's good to see them sort of getting out and about and pushing their, because of being original music, finding sort of places where they can do that, because not always, I don't think Suffolk is always the best place for original music, just because
Not
it's
always,
not
no.
London.
No, exactly. And London isn't always the best place for original music.
That's true.
Yeah, that's the thing. There is no one place that'll always be moving around, so you got to keep your feet off the ground. Right, cool. So we've got Scar Mania 4.5 at the Rep. They are having Scarred for Life and Scar and Mash going down at the Rep. That'll be quite a fun gig to be at. To be
Rep's a
honest.
great venue, isn't
Yeah,
it?
with a proper stage and everything, and a proper dance floor. Yeah, they'll be skanking all night long. Be lovely. So yeah, James Nunn and James Morgan will be at Copa's Bar this Saturday,
Oh yes, yeah.
10th of Feb. I'm not sure if I said the Scarmania was on Saturday at 8 o'clock. I just want to make sure. Scarmania, Saturday, 8 o'clock at the Rep. But if you don't want to go to Ipswich, go to Felixstowe. Saturday, 10th of Feb at Copa's Bar. You say it's Coppers, I say Copers. We'll just say, let's call the whole thing off.
No,
James Nunn and James Morgan live at Copa's Bar.
People who own it said coppers.
Who owns it?
I can't remember.
There we go. A Chart Attack, some band that are awesome, live at the Grand Old Duke of York this Friday. We have talked about this, but once we'll get another. We've already heard you play 24 Karat Magic. Is there a chance of getting a recording of another song?
Oh yeah,
on the show
there's
sometime
plenty
soon?
more we can chuck on there.
Yeah, good. Bring some in next week. And that's all I've got to plug for this week. My shows are all private shows, but I have got a care home show this Wednesday, which will be quite fun at Montague Road Nursing Home, just opposite Grosvenor and Felixstowe.
Nice.
So I'm going to be there this Wednesday, just at lunchtime while they're eating their lunch and things, just singing loads of songs from the 50s and stuff. Yeah.
Sweet, man.
It makes people remember things a bit better when they
Yeah.
get dementia, when they hear music they remember from when they were little. It's quite cute actually when you watch people suddenly go, oh yeah,
Yeah.
when they haven't remembered something in quite a long time, and then they suddenly just have that little,
Oh, I haven't
little
heard this in years.
yeah, it's that little sparkle in their eye. It's quite beautiful to see. So yeah,
Nice.
yeah, I've got a wedding up in Tewkesbury. That's my only gig this weekend.
So if you want to go see Josh, you need to find who's getting married and
In Tewkesbury.
and then start dating one of their brothers or
Yeah.
sisters or friends.
The classic Harley and Josh show
You know,
move.
you know the score by now.
Yeah.
Has anyone tried this? Do you know?
Yes,
Has
no, I don't. I've tried it at one of yours, but it didn't work.
No, I did not. Oh.
Well, it's just like, Frankie found out that I was trying to find somebody to date to go to your wedding, and she killed them.
That's fair enough. I mean, yeah, that's
Set them on fire like a little fish candle.
yeah. Fish candle. I like that. Yeah, maybe we can find some other way of doing that if you're in a relationship already.
Right.
You could pretend to be a brother of a friend.
Or you could just just get your girlfriend to dress up as like a long lost cousin.
Or
Oh.
become a vicar. I don't know how much in advance they book these things, but you could become a member of the church.
Just like that, yeah.
Or
Convert first.
organ player
Oh, there we go.
during the wedding thing.
Well, just stomachs and livers and just...
Yeah.
Excuse... Oh, sorry. I didn't realise I wasn't invited to be playing people's stomachs. Yeah. They're not people's stomachs, they're koala stomachs.
Yeah. They were just left over. They were just lying around. They looked like they travelled somewhere.
No,
It
it's
was
not
quite
lying,
a
it's
splat.
koala.
Ah.
There we go. We wrapped it up, Harley.
Oh, you're having a giraffe.
Oh,
Hey.
Oh my goodness.
Right, let's see how many two animals we can name in the next 12 minutes.
Tweet us at Harley C at Lockabilly's.
There we
with some
go.
Fantastic animal puns.
We've
There will never be any as good as them.
no,
No.
there never will. we've actually finished a little bit early, so I feel we should discuss something. I don't know. we've never been here before.
Oh
Could you
my
cut me off
goodness.
my sentence?
Earlier. Sorry. No. Anyway, shut up. We're going to play some music. No. Yeah. I was just trying to think the other day about because we've got so many fantastic singers on this album, and I was really enjoying watching that Gregory Porter documentary that I keep banging on about for ages. But Murray and I were listening to a lot of Bob Dylan, and we were sort of talking about, it's funny how you listen to Bob Dylan, and he's like, sometimes you won't even hit one particular note, any note in particular, but you're still just captivated the whole time. And yeah, there was a whole episode about that on this documentary, which is called Popular Voices, and it was just very interesting just to really listen to the recording qualities of those as well, because there are qualities of somebody's voice that you'll just listen to because they're telling you a good story. It's the quality of the lyric as well, and the quality of the deliverance and the stanza, but also just the kind of mic they use, because there's the what was it, there's a Leonard Cohen album that came out after he died in 2016, and it was a collection of different albums that he'd done, but I can't remember what it was. You Want It Darker, that's what it's called.
Right.
Because the first track on that album is just called You Want It Darker. And I said to Murray that there's one song on our album which is a spoken word thing, so I'm just talking it, I'm not singing it, because it's kind of more of a poem than it is a lyric. So, and I said, well, I want to sound like Leonard Cohen, because this album, it's so close. You feel like there's so much beautiful instrumentation going on, but you can't not focus on the vocal, because he's obviously very close to the mic, and he's also it picks up absolutely every single nuance of his voice. And Murray said it's because he probably recorded on a 58.
Yes,
just a dynamic microphone,
potentially, or which actually I can bring into something that I've done this week. Most possibly, I don't know how old the SM7B is.
I don't know.
Which is the big recording mic, which is possibly one of the most used dynamic vocal mics there is.
Right.
In the studio. I mean, that's what Anthony Kiedis uses. It's what I know M Shadows uses in a lot of his louder parts, and he uses an SM7B when he's doing the loud stuff. When he's doing the quieter stuff, he uses a C12.
Right, okay. And these are Shure mics?
The C12 is an AKG.
AKG, okay.
Which is condenser.
AK.
AK. I know that's what Freddie Mercury used quite a lot.
Oh, really?
But it is an incredibly good microphone, and they're very useful, especially if you're doing live studio recordings as well.
Oh, okay.
Or recordings in rooms.
They're quite directional then?
Very directional, very clear sound, but very close proximity, and you can get very close to them without them sort of distorting and giving you that big plosive. And I ordered one today, so I've got one turning up at some point very soon, which you're more than welcome to borrow if you want to use it on that.
Wow!
If you haven't already done the track.
You hear that, people? Look at how generous this man is.
Does this mean I've now performed on the album?
No, we're going to get you on this album. We've got to get you on this album.
Cool. I want to play Triangle, but yeah, because we got more recordings. And more video stuff happening with Rock Project, I thought it'd be a perfect mic to be able to use within those situations where you've got bands and playing behind them, but then you get this sound that we're getting now. Right. Okay. This kind of
that you're listening to currently.
This clarity with a really high quality transformer within the microphone as well, and it's a very large diaphragm, so you get a good low end out of it, and you get a clear top end for a dynamic at least.
Well, have a listen to that album, You Want It Darker, Leonard Cohen. If anybody here has watched True Detective, which the second season, the intro music was from, I think it was the album just before that. That was Leonard Cohen. I can't remember what it was called. Nevermind, I think it was called. And
that was
no, that was the Nirvana album. Yes, exactly. Yes, and I think that'd be great if he was on that as well.
Yeah,
with the lights out, it's less dangerous. I don't know, not really. With a voice like that, would be terrifying. Yeah, so I don't know. Let me know what you think kind of mic he was using. I reckon it was. Murray's right saying it's a dynamic SM58 kind of type, but yeah, you may have nailed it with SM7B, was it?
Yeah.
So which one did you say you've ordered and is coming?
SM7B.
Yeah, okay, cool.
I got a 58.
Was it? Yeah, of course. Yeah. You've got millions probably. Have you? Is it a brand new one? Is it an older one?
Pre-owned, but very much unused.
All right, cool.
A guy I found online. There was one in Bury, and I was chatting because me and Toby's a big fan of them as well.
Right.
We were like, we really should get one so we could, it'd be great for some of the studio stuff that he does, because he does a lot of rap stuff with AJ, or Native James, as he's more publicly known. It's really good for rap.
Okay.
I was like, we should really get one. I was like, yeah, I found one in Bury. Messaged the guy, it's sold. I was like, oh.
Ah,
But then
that's close.
the hunger was there.
Yeah.
Found a guy in Watford.
You find yourself on eBay until about 2 a.m.
Yeah,
I need this.
Found this guy, was chatting to him, said, he says, got one, and he said, yep, so he's going to ship that to me tomorrow.
Nice.
Got chatting to him. He's a T4 fanatic as well.
Nice.
His dad owns a whole company that
so
does.
he basically
upload.
said to you, "Come in my van.
Oh yeah,
and I'll give you a microphone."
I spoke to him to buy a
Nowhere
microphone,
untoward.
and we spent a long time talking about vans.
Great.
So no, he was.
Has he got a new T4 then? Is he?
He actually got a caddy.
Okay, one of the so one of the smaller ones.
Yeah,
Yeah.
The more modern, like a T5 style caddy, I think he has or had. He's in between vans at the moment, but the caddies are really good vans. Tim Ainsley's got one, and they're really good size because you've got front seats, back seats, and a very big boot in a car size rather than a van
Another
size.
big booty.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, that's about as cool as we sound, isn't it?
Oh
Yeah. That'll be quite interesting to record that because that song has got harmonica on it.
Yeah.
But it's also got a kind of a Doors kind of vibe, a bit of Jim Morrison in there. So I wanted to sort of mix up a bit of that. But it was also kind of inspired by Red Dead Redemption. You played that game?
Yeah.
Oh, I love that game. But some of the music in that was great for when you're just sort of like, having horse chases. And you're like,
Yeah.
I've got a, and it'll have this sort of driving bass line to it.
Nice.
So I've got that mixed in with there. But also this really lovely Rhodes solo that Rich Webb does. Oh yeah, we didn't talk about what we were doing last Saturday. Okay, quickly, because you said that you'd ran into Rich last Saturday after we'd been to the gig. And I just want to say quickly on the air, thank you to Colin Wedge, who we played for his 50th party there. It was at the Dog Club. And the gentleman made it possible for us to raise funds for our Kickstarter.
Wow.
At his gig. He said, just give me a bucket, just put pledges on it or tips or whatever, and I'll just go around to the crowd. Because he was saying, like, what everybody will be doing is offering to buy me drinks. And he was like, I do not want to be absolutely trolleyed by the end of the night.
Yeah.
He said, so I'll just get people that, instead of them buying me drinks, get them to donate to you. And we raised over £200.
Wow.
Just for the Kickstarter. From somebody's 50th birthday party. They sacrificed part of their birthday party so that we could raise money.
What a legend.
One absolute legend.
Wow.
Right? Thank you, Colin. That's really helped push us. The great thing now is that I have now just broken even from doing that.
Okay.
So that every single music, like whatever happens with the Kickstarter, the musicians, like if we get to that point where it's the target is reached, then the musicians will be able to be paid, and I won't lose any money. So that's really helped. Thank you, Colin.
That's brilliant. That's a very good happy ending there.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I mean, even if we don't make this target, there have been so many fantastic people helping out with this, and like I've been feeling a bit down about it because it's just been so slow getting there and trying to get the word out and get people interested in it. And I just have to keep reminding myself, like, there's 110 people have now backed the album. So personally, to all you lovely people, thank you. Thank you for supporting it. Even if this doesn't work, you've really, helped this band. Yeah.
I think
huge.
that's
Absolutely huge. Well, from us, thank you for listening, ladies and gentlemen. It's another Monday. It's another beginning to a beautiful week. We thank you for just being a part of it, mate. Bye.
I didn't even say bye. Bye.
It's the Harley and Josh Show on iRadio.